Hello and thanks for joining me. Now, if you follow my channel, you may have noticed that my recent output has been somewhat sporadic, and I'll be honest, I do have one or two reasonable excuses as to why that should be. As you can see, today I'm on location and I'll be bringing you the results of that very shortly. But for this particular video, I want to share with you my thoughts on some products from Haida. Haida got in touch with me quite a few weeks ago and said, we'd like to send you some stuff and we'd like you to review it for us, but you can be honest about it. And so, in the spirit of being completely honest, this is probably the best winter hat I've ever had, and if you can get hold of one of these, I totally recommend it. It's far better than Gary Norman's crappy old Peterborough United hat. But what they actually wanted me to test out with their filter system. It's the M10 filter holder system with their red diamond filters. Now, again, as I said, it's going to be completely honest. I'm not going to be a brand ambassador. But if you're not interested in tech reviews, then the TLDR version for you is, I really like it. I think it's excellent. And I'm going to hang on to it. And I won't be using my old filters anymore. I've got a really good cause to which to donate those. So that's the TLDR. I really like them. I think they're terrific. And if that's all you need to know, thanks ever so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, why not subscribe now and join me next time? Cheers. Well, if you're still with me, thanks ever so much for sticking around. I still won't keep you very long. Now, the thing is, I really wasn't sure how to approach this when Haida got in touch with me, because I'm not the sort of big-time YouTuber that gets asked to do this sort of thing very often. So this is the first time I've done a product review. But because I bought a filter system about 6 months ago, I thought, okay, well, let's apply the same criteria, because you can't go wrong with that. I had 4 things in descending order of importance, and we'll cover it in that order. Now, by far the most important thing and the very first consideration is, do they do the job properly? Well, I found these, having been out with them 2 or 3 times and taken quite a few images, to be really good. The 10-stop filter is a proper 10-stop filter, and there's no colour cast. The 0.9 soft grad's got a lovely soft graduation with the top half nicely dark, because in the past I've had filters where allegedly 3 stops and they weren't, and it was a bit of a struggle. So that's really good. The polarizing filter is excellent. My old polarizing filter I found actually sometimes wasn't quite strong enough, and I dial it up and think, well, is that all you've got? With this one, when you dial it up to its full effect, it's really strong, which I like. I haven't used it always to that extent, but it's nice to have it if you do need it. So the net effect is that when I get my images back and I process them, have the filters done the job that I wanted them to do? And the answer is yes, they have. They're really good. Absolutely no complaints there. Now, as it happens, I was out recently with a chap who's got a really expensive top-of-the-range premium set of filters. When we got back to my place to work on his RAW files, I was absolutely astounded at the horrendous blue tint on them. So it just goes to show you could spend a whole lot of money and not necessarily get quite such a good result. No tint at all with these. Now, the second thing that I look at when considering something like this is, how easy are they to use in the field? You know, can you work with them? Are they going to irritate you? Well, the holder is really easy to take on and off. My old system, you've got a little flange and a screw and all that sort of thing. It's a bit fiddly, and frankly it rattles about a little bit. Particularly, as you may know, I like to carry my camera on a shoulder strap on my backpack, and I'll often leave my filters on it so they're handy. And okay, I didn't lose any, but I could easily have done, and eventually I'm sure it would have fallen off. This has got a really strong spring clip. It fits into this holder and sits there really solidly. I really like that. And the polarizing filter can be taken in and out without taking the filter housing out. That's really handy, because I don't always want the polarizer. Even if you dial out the effect of it, you're still losing a stop of light. And in fact, I've taken it out earlier today for that very reason. If you're doing a long exposure though, and you've got a 10-stop filter in front, where the polarizing filter has come out, you get a blanking plate with nothing in there to block the light. So that's really good. So overall, the ease of use, absolutely fine. No problem there at all. The third thing, less important, is the build quality. Now I can't really answer that because you'll need to come back to me, say September, October time, and see how it's managed to cope with being hauled up and down mountains all summer long. But it does actually appear to be pretty good. It's certainly good quality. The holder is a metal of some sort. It's very lightweight. So it could be aluminium or magnesium alloy or something like that. I don't know. But whatever it is, I have to say it is nicely put together. And the whole thing is quite a premium feel to it. Have you ever seen those unboxing videos where people actually tune in to watch somebody open a box? I wasn't going to do that to you, don't worry, but to be fair, the packaging is really quite premium, and you get it and you think, oh, this is a bit upmarket. The whole feel of it is like that. And the last thing is the price, because let's be fair, if it costs an arm and a leg, doesn't matter how premium it is, you'd kind of think, oh, I don't know about that. And it certainly isn't as cheap as chips. As far as I can tell, it's somewhere around about the mid-ground of prices of filters, but what do I know? I'm a cheapskate. But it certainly is in the range, and I think that if you were looking for a filter system, you wouldn't look at it and go, that's far too expensive. Anyway, the main question, would I recommend it? Well, as I said, I'm going to keep it because I actually really enjoy using it. I like them. I haven't found anything not to like about them. So if somebody came along and said, well, what filters would you recommend? It isn't a case of, oh, you absolutely must buy these filters. It's a case of that they stand up to all the other systems that I've encountered when I've been out and about with other photographers, and I look at their systems and think, okay, this is absolutely, it can hold its head up and say, yeah, this is a proper professional system. There's no two ways about it. That's about it, really. That's all I've got to say about these filters. Thank you ever so much, Haida. Really appreciate it. I hope you felt I was sufficiently professional, but who knows? Like I said, haven't done this before. Anyway, hope you found it interesting, and if you did, why not subscribe now and join me next time when I'll be back out and about taking pictures. Cheers.